Hello everyone, my name is Daniel. In this video series, I have clear goals to share with you if you have the same mind as me. Since I launched paid course, though it is taught in Korean, I will not explain every detail in this video series on purpose. That is my excuse. If I explain every detail in pre-course, though I already launched the paid course, it is not fair. However, I believe that if you have a basic level of knowledge of Python, though I made this course as distilled version compared to the paid version, I think you can follow the upcoming lessons which I have aimed to. There are four main goals in this course. First, I will introduce the concept of pairs trading, which will be crystal clear to you as well in the upcoming lesson. If I introduce myself a bit, I do not have any financial background, but I would like to get into the investment world without the need of much knowledge. So purely with my data analysis skill with Python and R, and also thankfully to ChatGPT, I got a recommendation when asking the kind of investment method purely based on the algorithms, so to say a bit of mathematics. So if you have a bit of hands-on Python experience, you can follow my video, though as mentioned, it is not fully detailed like my paid course. I will share my GitHub link as well for this lesson in the description of the video. So mainly you can test cell by yourself to improve your skill and to improve your understanding about Python and pairs trading and also automation of the trading. Second goal is to find the portfolio for multiple pairs which consist of pairs and parameter. I understand that you will be a bit confused what means parameter. For now, you will be a bit confused about what the parameters are, but it will be explained in detail, and furthermore, we will study together about parallelism to find the optimal parameters as soon as possible. Third goal of the course is to trade with Python. We can call this Algo trading if we are the kind of person who likes any fancy words. So I will also introduce Interactive Brokers API, which makes you to trade with Python with API. First and last goal of the course is to automate. So actually we will do all kind of automation with scheduling. It will be also be clear in after of the lesson. Last but not least, you can reach me with question and even suggestion for better algorithmic way via the contact detail given in my GitHub portfolio. So I ready then without further ado, let's start to study what pairs trading is. So we will start from the notebook which I have shared and to discuss and to study what is pairs trading. First, we need to understand what is the Z-score. And the Z-score, nothing but is like compare your current value to the former value. So what is that? I will explain for the detail. In here, in this table, there are two firms, Sherlock Holmes LLC and Conan Doyle GmbH. And the price is been changing over time. And price ratio, we can define price ratio. For this case, 0.5. For this case, 0.45. And shifted moving average, MA means moving average. What means? For instance, shifted 3 days moving average. It's like here, price ratio. For this case, 3 days moving average, you can see these three values average. Here, this value is these three values moving average. Here, these three values moving average. And the moving standard deviation is this value is for 3 days standard deviation. Also, for the same way, shifted 5-day is like from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These five values average. and this one is this 5 days standard deviation. Then how we can define z-score? Z-score can be calculated based on the your current value minus moving average divided by standard deviation. So which means that it's compare how your current status strong or weak compared to your former status or past status. So here um, if z score here is 2.9, which means that current price ratio is compared to former 3 days 2.9 times stronger, especially for Sherlock Holmes LLC. And here 1.465 means that at this day, Sherlock Holmes LLC price is 1.465 times stronger compared to the last 5 days. So this is like z-score. So actually, then if we go to the next cell, then what is pairs trading will be much more clear. So I will run this cell, then we will see the result. Here you can see Microsoft and Google. The stock price is changing over last about 2 years, and the trend is very similar. So then you can get some kind of feeling what is pair. Pair means that two stocks which show very similar trend. So we can also define how similar is as value. So to say this is called correlation value. But anyway, with high correlation value, then we can define pair. And here we can see some of the drop down menu. So this one is just like I did that one, so you don't need to understand all the script. This one is just a script to explain the concept. So here we can change the window, like here window for the how long is the window, then z-score is updated here. Windows 30, definitely for the first 30 days, you cannot define z-score because you don't have any 30 former days. So like 10 and 20, and based on this window length, the z-score is also updated. And based on the z-score, you can define when you do trade. For instance, this one is z-score 2.2. Then if the z-score is above 2.2 or lower than minus 2.2, then you will do some kind of trading. Then if you do trading, you need to close that kind of trading. Trading means that some of the open position, you buy some of the stock and also you sell some of the stock. So this is the open position. Then at some point of time, you need to close that kind of open position. For my case, I define when open position is closed between this z-score 1.3 and minus 1.3. But it's up to you. You can define that one. Even you can define some upper value and the lower value for the threshold different way. Even close you can different way. Maybe 1.3 and minus 1.1. It's up to you. But I use the same for above value and some lower value and also closing value. That's like if I use 2.2, then also minus 2.2 is kind of triggering value. So here, based on this scenario, even though I will not explain detail about long and short position, you can refer tons of reference documentation from Google or any finance course or YouTube video, so you can find that one. But anyway, the point which I want to highlight here is that based on this window length and the z-score threshold, your return can be different. Here, for the simplicity, I just define first your investment is 10K, and based on this one, you can see how this investment can return the profit or loss. In this case, loss, but if I see this one, yeah, there will be some little bit of profit. So here is when open and close. This X means close, and this kind of green mark is long Microsoft and short Google, and this kind of some red mark short Microsoft and long Google. And here I only use Microsoft and Google to explain this logic, but you can use any pair if that pair is strongly bonded or strongly connected. So that is the way. So, but here we can see some graphical way, from graph and the display view, but we cannot do this one for a lot of situation. Maybe we can test about like 5,000 pairs, and we can also test with a lot of combination with the window and the Z-score. So our main goal is to find that kind of combination pairs and parameter, and I will call this as portfolio. Then you now might understand what is the portfolio and what is the pair. Then it's time to go to next. So our next Jupyter Notebook is a stock trading EDA scheduled ENG. Underbar ENG means that English, actually, because I already developed a Korean taught course, taught in Korean. So for some distinguish, I use underbar ENG. So I will run the code one by one cell by cell. But firstly, you need to retrieve this conda environment. I also put this YAML file. YAML file is nothing but some library version something. So retrieve this kind of conda environment. Just the easy way is to firstly move to directory and conda create emb -f, then for my case Mac, and this one. That is all. For Windows case, you can use this one, but for Linux case, I didn't do that. But if you like, you can make your own some conda environment and something on. For apologize for that one, but anyway, we you can you can yes, run cell by cell. Here is the download the time series data for stock data for SP500. And to get SP500 list, I get that list from Wikipedia. So this one is, as mentioned, that correlation. If the high correlation value means that the two stocks is strongly correlated. Yeah, it definitely yes. Self and self has one. Yes, so here you can see pairs. Yes, pair is very similarly change the value, even though the range is different. So here, most important part is that object-oriented way of the I define class. Actually, I love the way of OP. So, but I will not detailedly explain about this structure because though I explain very detailed about OP concept and this class in my paid course, but this course I will not do that, but maybe later I can also launch any English paid course, then I will do that. So for apologize, but there is a lot of detailed explanation. So for instance, like here, like Z-score calculation, then you can see that kind of documentation. So I hope it can help you to understand the logic. But anyway, the most important part is that here you can see window range and the Z-score threshold range, which means that I do not use any kind of machine learning or so to say very fancy neural network. Just I dump everything, like every combination, and find what is the best parameter for any pairs for that what I need to calculate very fast. So a lot of pairs and a lot of parameter combination. For that, I use so-called parallel processing with the job lib library. But there are also alternatives. But anyway, the main goal is to use parallel processing. And to do parallel processing, you need to make a structure for your your function for that one. That is also yes. I will not explain very detailed, but anyway, the main goal is to to run the script fast. If I introduce some of the side story when I started this project for the first time, when I do not have any kind when I didn't have any kind of understanding for the parallel processing, and at that time I used Pandas version like 1.5 or something, and it took more than 1 day with my machine, window machine. But after that, I realized that I can improve the process time with parallel processing. And also at that time, Pandas has been updated to new version 2.2 or something. Then the speed has been dramatically fast. With my window machine, it takes about 40 minutes. With my Mac, I I it takes about 30 minutes with 8 core. Though my window machine has a 16 core, it takes some longer time, but nevertheless it's much manageable. So anyway, do this way, and last but not least, one thing I applied is that so-called reassurance technique, which means that with this kind of parallel processing, I find what is the good value for any pair. But after that I filtered it, that kind of optimal parameters still return good value. Like for the whole time frame, some of the time range, I use that time window for like window means that from when to when. I use that window to get any kind of optimal parameter. And with that optimal parameter, I apply to next like window, also from when to when. And this window, I also want to get similar type of return. So that is if I just go to the our main point directly, it's near to this line, this trend line. If if some value is far from this line, which means that a lot of volatility, which means that yeah, some kind of optimal value, some test and validation is not matched together. So if do this kind of some kind of refinement, then in the end you will get only few of pairs and parameters. So that is one. And this one is also scheduled, actually scheduled from Kaggle notebook. So this one is my Kaggle notebook. So this Kaggle notebook, if you see the real thing is that is a schedule. Here, uh, here is a schedule from when to when, and daily or weekly or whatever. Okay, so Uh, yes. And here I already have version 103. So for instance, if you go to version 61, at that day, different type of pairs and portfolio. And here, different portfolio. So daily, this portfolio is updated. Okay, then going back to our main script, then this portfolio is updated. Then it's time to go to the next Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so here is that real trading. In here under lecture 02, you can see real-time Algo trading notebook. So for this, for real-time Algo trading, you need to install, so to say, TWS. So TWS desktop offline, for my case Mac, and if you use another operating system, you can Google with like Windows or Linux or whatever. So I think this one, not this one. Yeah, if you go here, then based on your hardware, there is a two option. My case, Apple Silicon chip is used for my hardware. So Apple chip, so you have to download this one. Then the install is very easy. Just click, and if you download and install that one, also you need to create your own account. So click pre-trial and start your pre-trial. Then it's very easy. Just email address and password and define your residence country. Then you can create at least the paper account. Paper account means that you can do real time trading, but with paper money, not the real money. So I already installed that one, and I will log on that one. So with username, password, you can log on. Okay, and you can test your trading with paper account, and after some time, if you are confident, you can create your real account with this button. Then you will be processed to create your real account, but after reviewing your, like, for instance, your passport and something. So I also have done that one. So in front of a can, you can show your like passport and also your like a bag. How can I say, your room, and show everything. Then you will be approved that way. So anyway, with this TWS Interactive Brokers API, you can do real trading. So I will show that one. So firstly start and connect to Interactive Brokers. And here, like here is to get the result from your Kaggle. To that one, you need to have a Kaggle JSON file. What is that one? If you have that is configured, then you can download any data from Kaggle notebook. So for my case, even though I just like recreate portfolio daily, but I just update real portfolio every 5 days, because actually too often update portfolio is not good, because if you update your portfolio daily, which means that some of the open position, maybe long and short, then every day it should be updated, which means that if there is some open position, that open position should be closed. then this kind of trading always you need to pay commission to brokers, and this kind of commission is not ignorable. It's a lot. Actually, it's a lot, and it will, how can I say, consume all your profit, though you make a profit. So, but that's why, as I mentioned, it's not good to update all portfolio very often, but it's also not good if you update portfolio with some kind of longer interval, for instance 20 days and 30 days. Then market is dynamic, market is changing, but uh, you cannot follow this kind of dynamic nature of market because you don't update your portfolio. So there's no kind of scientific any kind of rule how long is the good, how can I say, interval of the updating portfolio, but at least not good every day, and also at least not good 20 or 30 days. So I just use 5 days, but you can test by your own way. So here, like here, so most the interesting part is that real trading. Yes, real-time trading, and based on the New York Times schedule and also based on the holiday, uh, this kind of real time can be made. So already trading has been made. So real time trading. So this is made. Okay, it's good, but we will test something. It's not, it's good, but not good enough. So if we going back to here, we need interactive brokers. And for instance, we will do some kind of stress test. For instance, when internet is disconnected, when internet is broken, then what will happen? And there is some kind of auto log off situation. I will show what means auto log off. Okay, so it's better to explain in real case scenario. So here for test purpose, I will disconnect my internet and I will see what will happen. Okay. Yes, the value is not updated, and you can see some of the server disconnected. Reconnection will be attempt. Okay, still attempt, but nothing happened. So, but I will reconnect to internet again. Yes, I reconnected, and we'll see what is happening. Yes, it's okay. Yes, connection is retrieved again, but there is some tricky part. If you see the global configuration, then look and exit, there is auto restart and auto log off should be done because for security reasons. So daily it has to be restart. So we'll do this test as well. At the moment it's 2:16 a.m. It's quite a late time, but I will do some of the tests. Just apply, okay, and we will see what will happen. Still about 10 seconds. Yeah, restart in progress, and it's gone. Nothing happened. So yeah, this is kind of some tricky way, because for instance, if you go to some business trip and go for your holiday, then this kind of disconnection will occur every daily. Then you can now reconnect, and then you will lose any opportunity for trade. Even you are losing money, but you can not close your open position. So it is not good way for the algo trading. So we will do, for that one we need um uh, IBController. So IBController is nothing but just kind of some installation. And for that IBController, we need to install offline version of TWS. So as I already highlight, when we install TWS, Trading Workstation, Interactive Brokers TWS, Interactive Brokers Trading Workstation, I already highlighted we have to install offline version. So to use IBController, we need offline version. But still, I haven't explained what is IBController, so we will do that one. If you do some kind of Googling, you can find any kind of link. For instance, this link, but this link is false. This link is not correct one. So even though name is IBController, is but very funny thing is that I got this link from ChatGPT, and I lost 3 days. This is buggy. It 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 is not maintained, already gone after year 2017. So the correct link is this one. This one is maintained, and still maintained. And the way of to install IBController is easy. Just download any zip file based on your operating system, and I already downloaded that one. Here IB Mac OS, this one, because I already downloaded twice. It's named that one. And the tricky part is that uh, yeah, we already installed TWS offline version, and these two parts is important based on your operating system. One thing is that config ini file, and another one is that all the file zip file move to this for the OPT IBC, and the config ini file is under username. And why this config ini file should be under username folder? That is because config ini file have login ID and password. That's why under user account, which means that if you install this thing in any server, which means that many of the teammate can access, then you can put this kind of some ini file under your user account, then nobody can access this information except you. And this kind of execution file, you only need to define this TWS major version. But one important thing is that for Mac, you have to put dot between this 10 and 11. For Windows and Linux, you should not use this dot, must not use this dot. So I will explain that one detail. Firstly, we need to see what is the TWS version. So for instance, I already installed trading workstation. We have already done that one. This one is already VC 10.19, but also alternative is that here you can see from help about trader workstation, you can see the version 10.19. Okay, so this is the version, and here important thing is user guide. If you see user guide, firstly you just unzip this downloaded thing. In here you have to change this one. In our case, IBC Mac OS 3.19.0, and the move to this one is OPT IBC folder. Then changing directory to OPT IBC folder. Then change all the shell file is change mode, like to execute this file. So I already do this one, and you can see under OPT IBC, every this file is moved from this zip folder, download folder, to here. And here in my case, because I'm using Mac OS, if you see this one is already changed, only this one 10.19. And another one is that this config ini file should be copied to under username under IBC and here. But I will show my my password, but I can show to here. For instance, config ini. In here you can hear your username. For my case, my username and password. And this one, sorry to change a lot of windows. This one, copy and paste under here, just copy. Then everything is corrected. Okay, then I will run very interesting thing, OPT IBC and TW start Mac OS SH and dash inline. Even though I do not use dash inline, it can be automatically made. So now TWS started with my logon ID and password. I think maybe I was logon already in some other attempt, so I will just close everything. Because then I will run once again. Yeah, it's been made. Then we will test another thing, like file, global configuration, login next, and we will test with like this time, and we will see what will happen. Restart, progress. Yeah, then auto restart, like ID and password. So it's made, but we are left the last one. So here, because even though we use IBController, like some forced shutdown at some Eastern time, Sunday 1 a.m. So after this time, we need to reactivate our some IB controller. So for that, how we can do it? So there is some kind of option that is for that we can use some scheduler. For Mac, for scheduler we use cron tab. Like this one is kind of some kind of some grammar. So you can test anything like a minute, hour, day, month, and something. So for instance, like a minute, 10, hour, 8, and maybe day is 04-4. Then you can see at 8:10 every day, week, or from Sunday, 0 is a Sunday, 4 means that Thursday. It's some kind of thing will be started. So for that one, I created some Python file that is the same with this Jupyter Notebook. And for this one, you can do some Googling how you can transform your Jupyter Notebook to Python file. So I did that one. So this Python file is under lecture 03. And also this one is just the same with some Python, but I just run this shell script. So bin bash and opt ibc tw start mac os. This kind of thing is just dummy. You don't need to understand. I just use this one for logging for my own case. When this script has been successfully run and when there is some error for this kind of logging purpose, I add I add this kind of some kind of logging profile, but you don't need to do that one. Some core part is just this one. So for cron tab, some automation. Yes, I will just close this one first. It's for Mac case, like cron tab dash L is the list. Everything is the list top, and the cron tab dash E is edit mode. And to real edit, just you can type A, B, C, D, A, then like insert mode, and you can change something. For instance, I can test like from Monday to Friday. The reason why PM 10:30 is that that is the time for real trading in Korean time because I'm staying in Korea now. So Monday to Friday, I will start to run this Python file. And for some test case, at this moment, Tuesday and 2:30. So I will like just 2:32. And this one is my Conda environment Python path because I'm using, my MB Finance Mac. So this one is this path is OPT Mini Conda 3 EMB's my MB Finance Mac dash slash binary slash Python. Okay, so that one and this one is the real Python script path. So for instance, this kind of Python for real trading is this one, and this one is to start TWS, and then after everything, if you want to save, then just put ESC left top corner